my struggles pay. Praying for the rain to stop, praying for a fairy, you know. I've been looking for ways to get up, but my hunger won't leave. But then, when it couldn't get any worse, the tables turned, and now I'm staring down my way to get up. Such a beautiful sea.
So this evening I've decided to start repairing a plastic panel that I got for the back of the blue SH50, because as anyone that owns an SH50 knows, this piece is forever breaking on them. And the reason for it is it's a design flaw. This is very weak in this spot here, very weak, and always ends up breaking about here. And then people try to fix it by just screwing into the plastic just around here, but if you drill a hole in the plastic it weakens it, and so then end up just breaking more off and more off and more off, and it just doesn't fix it. So I've come up with the idea tonight that I was going to make a bracket. In the inside of it here you can see I've put a bit of a plate. I know it's a bit rusty, don't worry about that, I'll clean it up. But I put a bit of a plate inside there that hooks into the place where the light screws in. And I'm going to put a hole into the centre of that. And I've been bending this piece here as a bracket. And you'll see that I'm going to bolt that in there like that. And it comes the whole way up here. And then flicks up. And the reason that I'm doing that is it gives it extra support. You're not dependent on the plastic alone for support. You're actually supporting it from a frame. So when I get this piece in, I'm going to drill a hole right through this and just put one bolt to hold the plastic onto the bracket, and the bracket is going to do all the work. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. So we're going to see how it's going to work out anyway. Wish me luck. One thing to note about doing this repair is that if you look down the back here, I'll give you some light as usual. My phone doesn't seem to want to let me do that at the minute, but you'll see that there's the two terminals for the light are here. When you're putting a steel bracket across there, it's not going to be easy to bolt them together, is it? Because the bolt's going to hit them two terminals. So I got around it by coming up with one of these type of screws. I'll just show you a short one of them here. One of these, you'll see that it has a Phillips head on it, and it's countersunk, but it's a threaded screw like that. I think it's 5mm. And what I done was I got one of them, and I got a big drill bit and countersunk the hole a little bit, so that the screw head's damn near flush, and that's how I screwed it together. So I don't have to worry about that. But I will be putting a little tiny bit of rubber tubing in there just to make sure that it doesn't make contact with the lights and start messing around with them. So just something to note if you're going to try and do this, what I'm doing. But it seems to be working out okay. You can see that I'm fitting this bracket in. It screws in just nicely. It comes the whole way up there. It flicks up here to support it here instead of having the plastic support itself, because that's how the plastic has been getting broke on these. The plastic gets brittle over time and it just breaks. And so the best thing to do is to support it from back here and let the plastic just adhere to the frame with just like one bolt or two bolts. Now this one already had a hole in it from somebody trying to repair it before, so I'm going to use that hole. I'm going to put a little bolt in there, and I'm hoping that that's going to be the end of my issues. I did fix another one before, but I didn't do this sort of job on it. I only put a little bracket going from here to here, and it broke again. So I'm hoping that this will be a better, more permanent fix. Just for any of you guys who has these SH50s, it might be something for you to try. Mine seems to be working out okay for now, so I'll give you another little shout when it's further on. Okay, so as you can see, I have my bracket here, nicely sprayed up in black, drying on the hanging off the window here. Unfortunately, it's quite dark. I'm very sorry about that. My phone's battery's going done. I sprayed this screw because this is the only screw that you're going to actually see with this repair, and just to make it less unsightly, it's going to be going into the hole that I showed you earlier on that already existed. But if I had have had my choice to drill a hole, it wouldn't have been here. It probably would have been further back. You've got about an inch behind this before it's going to be seen, so I could have put it back here and that would have been plenty of place, and there's a good chance that may snap there at some stage. I also noted that if you wanted to fit one of these brackets and you didn't want to go way in there to do it, you could actually do it from here. If you cut a wee square out of this, you could make another piece to go here and then straight up and up that way to do the same job as what I just did, and it would be supported down here instead of up here. I really can't think of another way to rectify this problem that where it's not gonna probably break again. So this is as good as it gets, and I want to give a big shout out to Chris Deal for selling me this piece. It was hard enough to find one, and Chris had one and he sold it to me, and he sold me a nice floorboard as well, which I'm gonna repair. There's just a little one of the washers is pulled through there. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I will try to do something. Yeah, that could be a hard one, but the rest of it seems to be pretty decent, you know, so I'm happy with that, and it's quite clean actually too. So thanks for that, Chris, and I'll get back to you now in a few minutes whenever I piece the whole thing together and you see the proper repair. So as I said just a few minutes ago, that my phone battery is going done and I have no light, so just going to show you the repair very quickly before I'm done. As you can see, I just gave it a quick spritz of black paint. I'm not really that worried, it's not going to be seen, but I've got a good steel bracket coming the whole way up here, supporting the whole underneath of this here, along here. I've got one screw which is a bit unsightly, but it could have looked a lot worse trying different ways. I've got a little, that's the end of the bracket there, that's going to hold it. Hopefully when the top of this is a little more supported with the bracket, it's not going to break again. I made that mistake with the red SH50. I had it to fix as well, and I think I'm probably going to do the same job with it now when I get it back. It's over a neighbour's house at the minute because I have no space in here, and this is his bike that I'm working on. So that's it, guys. Just thought I'd show you that little fix, and hopefully it's been a help to some of you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, give me a like.
Like I woke up in a ditch, like I was run over by a train. I've been looking for ways to get on, but I've been hungry for days, thinking, is this what I deserve? God, I really don't know, but I keep looking for ways to get on. Look what my struggles pay.